Peace. Once again, Spider Trinidadi, and this is Daily Bugle 118. How's everybody doing? Let me know up in the comments, man. Let me know where your vibe is, how you feeling. What's your like you know how Facebook say what's on your mind? If you look up in your Facebook or like in the post, it'll say what's on your mind. You realize that how the internet want to know what's on your mind rather than like why do you want to know all of that? I'm not gonna go into too much conspiracy theories, but I think they want to know all that's in your mind because they're trying to duplicate you, take your soul, your information, and create an AI robot and ask the robot how is it feeling. Nah, let me stop, man. Once again, Spider Trinidadi, and peace, y'all. Peace. Let me get into this. This is Daily Bugle 118. I come on to talk about esoteric knowledge, 9 ether knowledge from ancient Kemet. Now we all know that the first language that was ever spoken was called Medu Neter. I'm gonna go to the library in a few days to try to get this book after I'm done reading this book right here. It's the journey, or I keep saying the journey of the mind and how thinking emerges from chaos. I've been studying books like this and reading. I know it's only 24 hours that make up a day, right? And there's so much you can do within these 24 hours, and we have to be mindful of how we sleep, what we eat, what we're watching. So I keep my focus on just reading. I'm gonna try to read the best way I can. I'm a busy man, to say the least, and I know it's gonna get more busier within my life after I get my degree in filming, cinematography, and all of that. So I always try to make time to find little ways on how to focus on monitoring and monetizing my own brain. How do you feel right now? That's why I asked in the beginning of the video, how do you feel? Now, a friend of mine told me, he said, hey bro, I see you getting a lot of YouTube subscribers and stuff. He said he was asking me like, yo, what do you do? How do you do that? I said, no, I'm just being authentic. You know what I mean? Look, I don't have TikTok. I don't download all of these programs to make my life complicated. A lot of people will tell me, hey, yo, you should download TikTok, or you should do this, you should get Twitch, you should get that. I mean, I'm talking about like 3 or 4 people in my DM was telling me you should download TikTok because my content is so original. You can find people talking on their camera anywhere, but you're here spending time with Spider Trinity TV for a reason. Even if you don't even know the reason yet, there's a sense of intuition that clouds your brain to try to understand, is this the right person I should listen to or not? Don't second guess. Your intuition's on point. You're at the right place. You're just looking at someone starting off into their business in this YouTube world. You know, I always felt that this was my calling. I ain't saying this is the only thing I'm gonna be doing, but this is something that will benefit my whole mission because it gets my mental health awareness on point. So if you're doing something, make sure you stick to what you're doing. Happy New Year to those who celebrate the New Year. Once again, like, comment, subscribe. I see a lot of people watching my shorts, but when it comes down to these bugles, these daily bugle episodes, as far as my that's the main thing I want for people to take away off my channel. If you're coming here trying to seek serious information, check these episodes out. You know, I do these episodes because I'm coming from a place where I'm starting to realize that we all have to start somewhere. And I had a YouTube channel for about, like, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 years, and I don't, y'all could check to see. But I wasn't into YouTube back then like that. I'm like, man, what's YouTube, man? But now it gets you a sense of feel where it's like to express. You know, I would like to express myself a little bit more. And once I made Daily Bugle 112, I was telling the planet that I'm gonna be monetizing and making this channel more, you know, for people to watch. At first, I wasn't trying to grab, you know, you got people in your DMs they trying to get you to, you know, to get followers and subscribers and all of this, and they're like, hey man, I don't understand just getting robot followers and people that just engage just because they see, you know what I mean? I want authentic people following me. And I appreciate each and every one of you that shared the video, that's following and subscribing to his channel. These bugles I'm gonna try to do under 10 minutes. I might go for 20 minutes. I don't know, it depends on how I feel. Like today I might just do 10 minutes. And if I feel need be, I will make shorts so I can capture your attention so you can follow these episodes. The other Daily Bugle thing with my shorts, I do stuff for awareness. I might do a little comedy. I might do like conspiracy theorist awareness and stuff, and alien, you know what I mean? You just want to get people to know that I have a broad mind. My mind is not limited. My name is limitless. So I have an open mind on things. You know, I'm not closed-minded. You know, I'm open to listening. I'm a channeler, so if you come into this channel, that means we're basically on the same page. You're my compadre. You're my friend. You know what I mean? You're not alone through this. If you anything like me or people that's generally humane up in their thoughts, you're gonna want to hear some stuff like this just to guide you along the way, so you can just understand a lot of information, because the world is unraveling quickly, as you can see. Let me put this AC on. It's a little hot, man. I try to take it off because it gets hot in here. I'm trying to shoot the video. Sorry if it's the wind, if you can hear the wind. But so my channel is basically for people that's mature and that want to elevate their life. And it's not all about entertainment all the time. It's awareness. So I see they like the Michael J. White post on my channel, and that's what's blowing up. But then people are going over to my other videos and they seeing and they're subscribing. Cool. But, you know, along with entertainment, you have to bring awareness within the entertainment. See, I'm a cinematographer. When I'm going to be writing my movies, I'm going to be it's for entertainment, but it also comes with awareness, you know, if you're saying the right information. And that's what I'm gearing up to and heading to. So, you know, some people say, hey man, you shouldn't tell all your goals, but I can, because my goal is limitless. Like in every aspect of what I'm thinking, I might become an extremist because I achieve anything I put my mind to. So when people say, hey, you should download TikTok, bro, I hear you, but my mind ain't in that right now. And if I do download it, you'll see how fast I catch on, because I'm a fast learner. But enough about me, man. Let's get into, I want to really dive deep into who I am, because there's people that watch my channel and they don't even know who is the creator of Spider Train TV. So I'm the creator. Once again, those who don't know me, shouts out to my new subscribers. My name is Keith Felix Hughes Jr. I'm a cinematographer, a husband, a dad, a man first before anything. And I've been on this spiritual journey for a while now. See, this channel is about spiritual awareness, so it's not gonna be like where I'm a fair person. You know, I don't talk about other people and their beliefs. However, I am knowledgeable into knowing what's good for me in my life. So there's no one that could come into my space and tell me otherwise of what and whom I know, rather than people trying to tell me what to believe. You have to know rather than believe, right? That's what we here for. And the more you stay with me with this channel, the more I grow, the more you grow. Because I'm clairvoyant. I get to see it. I know what's gonna happen already. Have a sense of feeling because of if whoever knows of 0 point energy and how thought travels, y'all know. Y'all get the picture. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? It's no I'm literally a channeler. Eventually I want to become a shaman. But for now, this is my lowest level. Believe it or not. This ain't my highest level. This is my lowest level. And I have a long ways to go. As far as just, you know, being in touch with my divine masculine and my divine feminine to balance out this type of energy to help people. So I'm gonna make this video 10, 11, probably 12 minutes. I get a good time in my head to know how long I go, because I know I could talk for a while, but it's just a quick video about just who I am and what's this channel about, and how far I came. If you really want to get to know me more, just go back into my episodes and watch them daily bugles. You can see growth, the things I'm doing, the things I'm saying. I'm getting better and better and better, you know, because the goal is to keep getting better. Perfection is an insecurity. The reason why I say perfection is an insecurity is because when you're striving to always to be perfect, that's almost trying to reflect on yourself, telling that yourself that you're not good enough as you reflect on yourself. So you want to keep doing better and better and perfect. Well, I mean, so you get to a point where perfection is something like a handicap tool. Meaning, when I say handicap tool, like it's like I'd rather just learn from my mistakes. I know that I'm not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna strive to be perfect. But perfection and perfectionism and perfect, they're three different things. If you really want to get detailed with it, I'll make a video about that soon. But my next video will be about toxic positivity. Like being overly positive, it can be toxic as well. But we're gonna save all this conversation for another day. Shouts out to my new subscribers, man. Peace and welcome. This channel is all about good vibes, as you can see already. Once again, Spider Trinidadian, peace, love, prosperity, and light to the planet. Ashe. So Simba was Mufasa's son, and Simba also had kids. The reason why I started off like that was because we have to know the importance of family and community. You see, when you start in anything, you start in a business or relationship or friendship or anything, there has to be a level of communication being passed. Son is because when I was growing up, I used to watch The Lion King, and I used to tell myself, I wonder who my dad was, and am I the son of a king, right? Or in African terms, the son of a pharaoh, right? Might be a pharaoh instead of a king. So I'll try to make sense of all this, and so I would watch movies and cartoons and stuff like that. So my favorite movie was Aladdin, because and specifically the Aladdin movie, like remember when they got into his story when his dad when he found out that his dad was the king of thieves. So when I was little, I was growing up in the 90s, and we didn't have all of the stuff they have today. Had to show you how to fit real quick, man. And I know that people were wondering like, what he got on. Show you the fit real quick, man. Just threw on something. No, I wasn't in the army or nothing, but I probably do have ancestors that fought. I don't got no selfie stick, so I'm sorry about that if you see a shadow or a light. But anyway, Aladdin was a movie that I like, right? Specifically Aladdin and the King of Thieves, because they got into the story of who his dad really was and how his dad came into play, right? So the reason why Aladdin was a street rat, reason why Aladdin was alone like that was because he didn't really know his dad like that. And being that when you go through certain traumas like that, what happens is you start to develop your own kind of vibe, meaning like your own kind of way of doing things, because you never had no one to teach you, hey, this is how you're supposed to do that, this is how you're supposed to do this. So you kind of wing it, right? And he grabbed up all kind of labels, like they used to call him, I don't know if y'all watched Aladdin before, they used to call him street rat, they used to call him all kind of bad things, like, you know, like he wasn't worthy to be in society because of what he was doing. All he was trying to do was steal to eat. If you got into the cartoon, I was like, man, why they mad at Aladdin? I used to be a kid like, yo, all he trying to do is steal food and fruits and stuff to eat. He had to develop a swag on how to finesse his way. He was a charmer, right? So, and then I had found another, that's what I'm saying. So I got into Aladdin and who he was. And then I found another tape when we had cassettes back in the 90s. Shout out to the 90s. Let me know how old y'all were when y'all saw Aladdin. Anyway, the cartoon I'm talking about, for Disney, Walt Disney, I think, created that. But and then Aladdin messed around, found a princess. Turns out the princess dad is the sultan and he has money, and so all Aladdin had to do was believe in himself. That's all he had to do. Remember in a couple of Daily Bugles ago, I was telling y'all about the caterpillar. All the little boy had to do was just believe in himself, because all kind of people coming out to get him, misunderstanding him and stuff. Found his Jasmine, found a family, and now, you know, but listen, let's get back to his origin. So Aladdin's dad was a thief. They didn't go into Aladdin's dad, his story, but they definitely went into like a whole thing where, excuse me, I keep losing my thought, man. I'm in a college town and people just keep running past me. And those who know me, I be hearing thoughts, man. So it's like, it messes me up when I'm trying to talk and I got people just running past and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Taking away my whole pride. I'm just, listen, telekinesis, clairvoyance, clairaudient, whatever you want to call it, it's a gift and a curse. Some people will play like they have it, but this shit, you're talking to one that actually has gifts, man. I'm just starting to realize them. So that's why I've been trying to like detox my spirit in order to enhance it. Like, you know, I haven't drank in a while. Keep my smoking down to a very minimum. I'm talking about like, I'm not even smoking like how I used to. So I'm so proud of the fact that all this shit's gonna stop. And being at the programming, just like how Aladdin was programmed into, he had to do all this, that, and the third. He had to be, all he had to do was be himself. He was a natural born king. You get me? Let me stop walking in. I had to show y'all real quick. It was so beautiful over there. But yeah, so Aladdin, he had to like, all he had to do was believe in himself. He had to just know who he was. You know what I mean? Like, Like what they said in the Wakanda movie. Tell them who you are. Tell them people who you are. Show them. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't gotta be like everybody. You just have to be yourself. And being yourself is easy. Just being you. There's no trick to this. There's no, you know what I mean? Just be yourself. And people will see you for who you really are. And shouts out to the people that know me. And they've been seeing my growth for years now and trying to figure it out. I'm talking about people that know me in real life. All it is just me being me. I'm not here trying to force who I am on people. I'm just daily bugling it. Every day you see a growth. Every day you see consistency. That's why most of them show up. So back to this family origins about Mufasa and about Aladdin. I'm sorry, I could be all over the place. Like I said, I'm a Sagittarius, so excuse me if sometimes my brain is like, because us Sag, one thing about us Sagittarius, if we focus on something, we're trying to, that's why they got that bow and arrow. If you focus on something, we're really tight grip on what we trying to say. We're just focused on it. I'm talking about like a dead shot, like an archer. I know what that symbolizes mean on my sign, because like I was saying before in the other video, perfection isn't good, but we tend to try to be perfect sometimes, and I can see that within myself. It always happens like that. Like I be trying to act perfect, and it's not about acting perfect. It's just about every day find reasons to do better. There's always room to grow. You gotta grow. If you're not growing, you're not learning. So you have to grow. Every day, there's something you gotta work on. No one's at a point where they know everything. That's what I'm saying. If you're at perfection, then there's no more growth. Heck nah, man. It's something I gotta work on. Because I'm no machine. I ain't gonna lie, man versus machine. We have some limited capabilities, but some of us are really out here limitless. Like our mind is limitless, you know? And one day I'm gonna teach my son that. And I'm gonna look my son in his eyes and say, listen, boy, you're limitless. Don't let no one tell you anything otherwise. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get into your head for you to realize something where it's like not overstanding to you, because you know you're different. People don't know that, but you know that. You know? That's why you think all the time like that. Some of us are just now late bloomers. We're just now tapping into who we really are and what we need to do. Be fully authentic in what you want to do with your life. It's not that hard. Meaning fully authentic, meaning consistent, and just zero in on your goals, your mindset. Put your attentions into your overstanding capabilities of trying to find the truth. Keep trying to find the truth. Every day, there shouldn't be a day where you're like, nah, I don't want to work on that today. And you know why I say that is because some of us are getting lazy. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm sensing that some of us, we tend to forget about that type of stuff. And it's really important. It can be detrimental to our health that we forget about the key things that we could just easily shift to help our lives.